Well, I can promise you this is going to be a great show. We are already off the rails as our producer, Chris, wonderful producer, Chris Stone from Cast Ahead has said. Andrew Zahn, welcome from Servant Stage Company. Welcome. Happy to have you here in the studio with us.
Thanks for having me. It's a great studio.
And before we leave, you have to sign the now famous Lancaster Connects banner with signatures.
All right.
This is something that I saw at Aurora Studios when we did a whole bunch of film there. We got to put our name with Sammy Hagar. And so
August Burned Red, I think, was on there.
Yes. And so you'll get to put your name up there with other famous Lancastrians. I was going to say Lancastrians.
Probably not the right term.
It's not the, Andrew, is it?
People from Lancaster.
People from
There you
Lancaster.
go.
There we go. Love it. Love it.
Could be a Connectian.
Connectian.
There you go.
I don't know.
Back on brand.
That's like thespian, which has relevance.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Ta-da.
All right. Well, we'll get into why Andrew's here, not to just put up with my dumb humor, but anyway, what is the term for people from Lancaster?
Lancastrian.
It is Lancastrians or Red Rosians.
Oh, interesting.
Never heard that one.
That's a good take. I don't know. Rosians.
Mm-hmm. Good contribution, Chris. Well done.
This is why you have a producer, folks. This is why. All right. Well, this is Lancaster Connects every Monday at 2:00. Lancaster Connects brings you great people doing great things in our community, be that somebody with a charity, somebody with a community group, or a business that has a focus on giving back. We're here live Mondays at 2:00 every week, like clockwork. Set your clock to it. We are here, and we hope you are too. So thank you for watching. My mattress tip for you this week is that reviews and recommendations aren't necessarily research, and sadly, what they're more often than not is actually paid advertising, disguised very cleverly.
You were close.
Yes,
you were close.
You all got it.
I understood what you meant.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, sir. They're all disguised as advertising in even third-party endorsements and recommendations, but in fact, they're not. It is paid advertising by often some online or other mattress manufacturers selling their goods. It is not a great part of our industry right now. It is confusing to you as a customer. And so I would just share with you, really kind of scroll down to the bottom, get to that fine print on the bottom of the page, get into the depths of the About Us page, maybe Google, who is this endorsing company? And that will get you closer to actual research than anything, because what you're reading in most cases is that paid endorsement. And it really is interesting because we've had, celebrities now. Kim Kardashian, one of them, I don't know if her or was one of the other sisters, they got smacked down pretty hard by the FTC for this because they were doing makeup and like get ready with me videos. And they're like, la, 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 I love this makeup. And, what they weren't saying is, I'm getting paid a lot of money to tell you
tell that story. Yep.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yep.
And so just the thing you can do, Google reviews, ask your friends and neighbors, maybe put it out in local Facebook groups, trust that endorsement from people people who you might run into in life, and visit a store and just check the temperature for yourself and see, hey,
like that.
Is this a comfortable place? Do I think I would like this experience? Would I like buying here? That's my mattress tip for you this week. So,
like it.
Yeah. But, gentlemen, it is a very interesting week.
Why, Jeff? Why is this an interesting weekend?
Because it's December 6th and 7th weekend.
Oh,
it's
goodness.
6-7 weekend. And yes, Lancaster. It is 6-7 weekend here at Gardner's Mattress and More. Meaning December 6th is this Saturday, December 7th is this Sunday. And so that means it's 6-7 weekend. And that means we have to do the handles.
Every time.
It doesn't always, we keep doing it. Please.
Get the hands ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And so on 6-7 weekend, here's what we're going to be doing. You will, for $60 investment, you'll get $70 of value. So that means if you would like to buy a pillow, your dollars stretch a little more. So $60 turns into $70, right? Now we're doing the multiples.
Sure.
Okay. So now
I'm following.
Tenths.
I'm following.
Tenths.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And so maybe you want to buy a gift card for somebody that needs a guest bedroom mattress. Well, if you get a $600 gift card, we're going to make that a $700 gift card. So another great 6-7.
See what you did there?
And then maybe it's a great mattress for yourself and you really want to just treat each other. You've been married like my wife, and
6 or 7 years.
for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
going to say, 26 or 27 years. But anyway, and you're just kind of worn out on like getting the same old stuff, and it's time to invest in yourself. And so on 6-7 weekend, it's a great time to do that, because even if you invest $6,000, we'll give you $7,000 of value. But that's only on this week and through 6-7 weekend only.
That's incredible.
6-7 weekend, great promotion. Come into Gardener's Mattress more.
When did you? I mean, there had to have been a moment this past week that you looked at the calendar and were like 6-7.
I was cleaning out my garage.
And what was that moment like for you? Like, were you just like, Eureka, there it is?
That's usually how it goes.
That's it.
Yeah.
The heavens opened and you knew
Right.
this was the problem.
Well, it usually is like this. I have this idea, and then this happens.
Locked up applause.
And then I do like circles around myself in my space.
Now, did you run this idea by your kids?
On the chair. They would just roll the eyes.
Yeah.
What's funny is I brought it up, I think last week on the show in our family group chat. We're actually going away on 6-7 weekend. And my son's girlfriend, she gets in on it because she loves annoying my oldest son.
Perfect.
But yeah, that's our show special. So yes.
Thanks for helping us out.
Andrew, thanks for playing along. And I couldn't, we couldn't really have a better guest to play along with this than somebody that does theatrical production and theater and arts. So thanks for playing along. Thanks for being open to it.
Yeah, we're all up for having fun.
I can't imagine like if we would have had like, some CPA that like their tie would have like constricted around their neck some more.
Right. There'd have been some numeric reason like we couldn't have done 6-7.
Yes.
No, part of improv is saying yes.
There you go.
And you add something else. So that's the rule of improv.
That was good.
Go with the flow.
That was good. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you for playing along. Thank you for being our guest here on Lancaster Connects. So you're here to talk about all the great arts and theater and improv that you put together on Servant Stage. So why don't you just give a little introduction to yourself and what Servant Stage is all about?
Sure. Yeah. Well, thank you both for having me, for having Servant Stage. Myself, I am an actor, I'm a business person, and I currently work full-time at Servant Stage in development and community relations. So here I am in the community, so I'm doing part of my job here.
There you go.
It's great, yeah. But I've been
what
involved.
you got yourself real quick.
I know.
We're mostly done with the 6-7.
Okay.
Mostly.
No, there it is. Okay. Mostly done. But side note there, we just did a show at Elizabethtown Middle School last weekend, and we do a little opening curtain speech, we call it. And he got 800 middle schoolers there.
That's the audience.
The folks giving the curtain speech worked in a 6-7, and that was the biggest eruption of laughter and cheer the whole show.
Listen, as much as we want to cringe, right? There has been recent phrases that are really not good where the kids got excited about. I'm not a teacher, but I would think that teachers would be at least happier about this phrase than some of these other phrases that have come around.
Of course.
Sure.
Well, it's a little more wholesome.
Yeah, it's a shared thing. It's something they can all experience together. And so that brings me back to Servant Stage. But it is, so I love acting. I love storytelling. And I love Servant Stage. Even before I worked at Servant Stage, I was involved with some of their shows. And I just love that you can invite someone to a show and not have the 60, 70. Well, there it is again. I did not do that on purpose.
Sorry.
But not have that, that ticket price, weighing over them.
Yeah.
So all of our shows, to make theater accessible, are pay what you will.
Wow.
So folks can see a show whether they can pay for it or not, whether they can put $1 in or not. We just want to make sure that people experience a quality show. So we make it accessible by doing that. Yep. We remove the paywall. And then we also take our shows into the community. You just saw a little van. So what you're seeing on the screen is some of our shows that are going to retirement centers, schools. Oh, there's me and my daughter. That's our executive director, Jonathan. So not only do we have these big Broadway style shows with big sets, but we also have smaller shows that can fit inside a van, and we can literally do a show in a basement. So that's a little bit about Servant
Wow.
Stage and me.
How did this concept get started? Like, who started Servant Stage? How did you take that concept of pay what you will and put it out there?
Sure. It was a vision of our executive director, Jonathan Bauer, and his wife, Rebecca. And I think he had a vision for this back in college, because theater loves to say that it's accessible, but then when you have a $75 ticket, family of four, not everybody can spend $300. So he was like, I really want to see if I could make an entirely pay what you will theater, and also a theater company that cares about people. You notice the heart logo on Servant Stage, kind of a unique logo for a performing arts company. But really the crux of it is, how do we care about people in our community, and how do we care about the people who are performing in the shows and backstage and things? Because we can do a great show, but if we don't care about the people and put people first, then we're really not accomplishing the mission of Servant Stage. Come in.
That's great. Yeah.
Did the mics pick that up?
Yeah, that's somebody dialing in for tickets right now.
Oh, thank you so much. That's great. Yeah.
We forgot to get the phone out of the bag before the show.
My apologies.
That's okay.
Ooh. It's like a telethon.
It is.
I like it.
Like, hello, Servant Stage. How may I help you?
Yeah.
What show would you like to go to?
That's right.
Would you like to go to our Christmas Carol show? Fantastic. How much would you like to give?
$67.
Oh my goodness. We can't get away from it.
Well, I was just more rapping and riffing on the what Andrew just shared with us.
I had to
turn into brain rot and breathe low.
See, I know what brain rot is.
This is the highbrow show.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
I'm sorry.
Remember the CPA stuff, guys.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
Back on track.
Yeah.
So it began with this idea of making it accessible. So is that the accessibility point? The fact that we're not going to make it so high up here of an investment to attend, or are there other ways you're bringing people into theater?
Yeah, by taking the shows to where people may not be able to get out to see a show. So we're in almost every type of retirement center, and we have a lot here in central Pennsylvania. And there's all different styles. I mean, there's all different types of mobility that some of these residents have. Yeah. I remember my wife was in a show back in 2015 or 2016. This particular resident was basically non-responsive, but when she heard some music from Gershwin, you know how music tends to unlock some of the things, she started singing along. And so there's a lot of stories like that that we have at Servant Stage.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah.
Do you this time of year is interesting for me personally. My wife was in the hospital November of last year through May of this year.
Oh wow.
And do you ever go to those kinds of settings?
Gosh, if we're invited, we go, whether people can afford it or not. Yeah.
We spent too much time in Hershey Med. And just kind of thinking like the way their buildings are laid out, like there's a central hub of almost every floor.
Yeah.
I don't know what your requirements are, but just the fact that would most certainly help people that are low. I guess that's probably a big gratitude point, or a great feel-good point for you all, is when you're helping people that are maybe a little down, maybe a little shut in, maybe not as active as they'd like. Something comes to them that's special.
Sure. A lot of these folks look forward to Servant Stage coming because they haven't been to a theater in years. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, you've got kids who are, I don't want to say 6, 7 years old, but you have young kids who this may be their first exposure to theater. Right. And I know a lot of us, myself included, when I saw Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer, back when I was in elementary school, and that they were using, a raft as 10 different things, my mind was blown, and here I am, 50 years later.
We were at the Yuletide version of the Renaissance Fair this weekend.
Okay. Nice.
And that was pretty neat. You just said about the raft and being 10 different things. They didn't use so much props, but each different actor and actress played different characters. And even though they were dressed as like the main character from Christmas Carol, there were other moments in the production and shows. But they did such a great job of kind of shifting your perspective, I guess, like the raft.
Yeah.
And I was blown away by that.
Yeah, that's so great. I think you bring up the Ren Fair. Something that theater does and movies as well, but you have people with all different beliefs, ideologies, passions in the same room having a shared experience. And I think that is something very unique to theater, that no matter how much we talk about AI and all of these different things, having a shared experience where, 600 people are all laughing at the same thing. And we find our common denominator, what we have in common. I think that's a very powerful thing. We could definitely use more of that.
I think we just fix society. More theater.
Come to theater.
More theater.
Well, I mean, if I get like a semi-dramatic, the other thing is that we don't want you to just experience the show. We want you to see yourself on the stage.
That's cool.
And when you can see yourself, and then when you're on stage and you're imagining, what would it be like to be in another character's shoe? What would it be like if I lived back in the 1800s or whatever? It definitely helps you to look at people and society differently, maybe more compassionately.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about the shows that you've put on in the past? What types of programs you like to put on, and kind of what goes on behind the scenes to put a show together, like your cast. And you were talking about, big Broadway type shows, and I'm sure there's a lot of work involved to take props and take the show on the road, right?
Oh, sure.
Maybe you could talk a little bit about some of that.
Yeah. So taking a show on the road, well, first of all, we want to make sure that it can fit inside a van, and so we have had for 13 years a pipe and drape. And so we make a stage wherever we go. We set up those stanchions, and we can make a backstage if there is just a floor in the corner of a basement. Right. And then the costumes, of course. So we've hung things inside the van to make that possible. Our current production of Christmas Carol, if you're able to see it, it has a number of benches that are used in myriad different ways. They set them on the end to be a lectern. We make a bed out of a couple of them. We have different posts that
got to be creative.
Yeah, just got to be super, super creative to be able to take it on the road. Yeah.
That's awesome. How about talk about the actors and actresses? How do they get involved?
Sure.
Who's, is it teenagers? Is it all ages?
Yeah. So the short answer is yes, it is all ages. But it is interesting. Like on the screen right now, you have a mix of professionals, people who have decades of professional experience. One of the guys, that guy on the screen, he was involved in Dead Poets Society a year ago. Wow. I mean, that's everyone's favorite. It's just an incredible movie, and he's played lead roles in a number of theaters in the area. He's alongside people who this may be their first show. Oh, wow. So it is a nice experience for particularly youth that are inexperienced to learn alongside seasoned professionals, and it's a training ground for a lot of folks in that way. You asked about auditions. We do have auditions once a season, which is kind of nice. So generally they're in January, and if folks want to audition, they could go to servantstage.org/audition, I think it is. And you can audition for the whole entire season, all of our main stage shows, just by attending one audition, or you can send in a video as well. So.
And your season is the entire year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. We run the calendar year. I think we have around 20 shows next year, and 14 of those, or maybe more than 14, are youth productions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the amount of shows that you're doing, and then you're taking each of those individual shows around the county.
Not all of them are tourable.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Some of the shows, like our summer camp season, a lot of those are a crash course for a lot of these kids to be involved in a show. So you got a show like High School Musical or Mary Poppins Jr. These are folks that have signed up for a 1-week show where they audition on Monday, they get cast on roles on Monday, they learn the whole show in a few days, and they have 2 or 3 shows on Saturday. Wow. Memorized, ready to go in front of an audience. So, if you want your kids to be busy in the summer, and a lot of folks do,
sure,
put them in a summer camp.
That's crash course.
It is. And it's amazing what they can do. Yeah.
And where do you do that summer camp?
Generally, we do those at Smoketown Elementary School. We've also done them at Conestoga Valley High School. You bring up a point of where is Servant Stage?
Yeah.
Servant Stage is everywhere, so we do not have a theater per se. So we will partner with local theaters and churches. Sometimes we will lease out spaces, and sometimes it'll just be a partnership. But that's another way that we get involved in the community. Even if we did have a beautiful theater, maybe someday we will. That's not the goal. The goal is to still tour shows and still make the arts accessible to everybody.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Such a unique concept.
Yeah, it really is. I'm blown away that you can cast people on a Monday, build the show, and then have shows on the weekend.
Memorized, like choreography, costumes, sets. I mean, all of that stuff. It is immense.
So obviously, maybe not obviously, I'll ask the question. Is that a mix of seasoned actors and actresses in that production, or is it all new kids? A little bit of both?
Yeah. So those summer youth productions, those 6 days, it could be various experience levels, but they do audition. And so, the folks that sometimes you have to audition 4 or 5 times just to feel comfortable in an audition room, to be able to breathe and catch your breath. Your body tends to feel like you're being attacked and it's just people. So generally speaking, the kids that are more experienced, they may end up getting more of a prominent role, but the goal is to pick shows where every kid is featured, where they can have their moment in the spotlight, whether it's a step out or a dance move or something to that effect. Yeah. And the other thing to toss out here, when everything is pay what you will. So all these performances, whether they're big Broadway shows or the smaller youth productions, I always tell business folks, imagine that your main product, the thing that you sell, the mattress, the wonderful mattresses that you guys have here. Imagine that the people that come in the door, you just say, whatever you want. That, how do you make that talk about sustainability?
Right.
Yeah. So the people that catch the mission of Servant Stage and the wheels start to turn when they'll see a show and be like, how are they doing this? I see a 2-tier set and 50 cast members, all costumed and lights and an orchestra, a live orchestra. It really becomes a this Servant Stage is us, is one of our phrases. It's not the staff. It is all of us that make it happen.
I'm glad you said live orchestra because I wasn't picturing live musicians.
Yeah, so at some of the shows, we try and do a live orchestra at least once a year.
Yeah,
because they are paid.
Trombone is in your mind. Are you dusting off the trombone?
No, I'm not dusting off the trombone.
You want to audition? We're gonna have you on the stage.
January's right around the corner.
Yeah. Maybe 2026. You'll see.
It's like 6 or 7 weeks away.
There it is.
Love it.
Sure.
We should do Music Man.
Is that
again.
close?
Yeah, that's one of the guys.
That's the one.
76 trombone.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
See, I'm thinking of you, man.
Yeah.
So you have a live orchestra for some of the shows.
Some of the shows, yeah. Our most recent show where we had a live orchestra was Tale of Two Cities. That was up at Warwick High School this past September. And fun fact, on our social media, we, like you guys, we plug things trying to get some traction. The original Broadway producers of that show saw our production and they came in and encouraged the cast, saw the cast. And
cool.
It's not every day that, a small little community theater gets some like Broadway attention. And so it was very special for all of us. And the cast members, just like, I would have dreamed of this growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
So cool.
What were some of your favorite shows from this past year?
This past year? Oh, gosh. Well, the first one that comes to mind is Little Women. And, as 3 dudes sitting around a table, why would I say Little Women? It's a classic. I mean, and there really is, and I look in this monitor, we're looking in, you guys at home, like I can see these gray streaks in my hair. And I'm like, my goodness, I am not getting any younger. But the show is about a family. The show is about people getting older and aging and growing into all the aspects of life. So I really like the humanity of that show. It's great.
I smirked as you said Little Women. So in high school, I got talked into watch a movie at home date
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
with this girl, Stacy, that I was dating in high school.
Okay.
I had to sit through Little Women,
Oh,
which is a 16-and-a-half-year-old guy who was into cars and racing cars.
not your thing.
It was just the most torturous thing ever.
Oh, no.
But you made it through.
All that
Amazing.
said, yeah, I mean, I made it through. Stacy and Jeff didn't make it through. But
Maybe all for the best.
right. I mean, listen, it's, life has its layers, right?
Right. Sure.
There's always twists and turns.
Yeah.
But I'm sure your crew makes it amazing.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a
I like
musical.
how you wrapped it up. It's about aging and about humanity.
Yeah, it's not just about. Oh, there's a video of one of our cast members, Little Women. His name's Jonah. Just a fantastic cast. Yeah. And there's another thing. Generally speaking, we have 3 different casts. So, Lisa in the role of Marmee. There's 3 people who could play each role. We're doing, over 50 different performances of Christmas Carol right now. And, if somebody gets sick or if, it's supposed to snow tomorrow, all kinds of stuff. So, when we're rehearsing, we have all 3 casts rehearsing concurrently at the same time.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
3 Scrooges.
You got to have backups.
Yeah. Just in case.
It's like everything in life turns back to Seinfeld. This is the understudy episode in my brain. I'm glad.
I love it. I love Seinfeld. Oh my God.
Yeah, so this is the moment where we're coming up on third. Now we just shift from the 6-7 stuff into Seinfeld reference.
Okay, yeah, I'm game for it.
Yeah. So something that comes to my mind, and we'll get to when the Christmas Carol events are,
Sure.
and the current shows that are in the moment right now and coming up in the new year. And then again, I guess that open call for casting in January is still open, right?
Yep. You can sign up and get a slot. Yeah.
So we'll get there. But this pay what you will thing, I mean, you got a van, right? So you can't go to the mechanic and say, I need to pay what I want for this brake repair. And you can't, when you fill up at Wawa with gas or Turkey Hill, you as much as we'd like to say, I want to pay what I want for gas or diesel.
Not happening.
Nice.
So how are you making this all work financially with that model?
Well, thankfully, and it still feels crazy to say this, is that in our 12, 13 years in since we became a nonprofit, we've always been in the black.
Wow.
And that is, I mean, those people that your producer was showing on the screen, they are not making a lot of money. They are covering their gas. They accept a stipend to be in the show, and not everyone is paid, especially in those larger shows. There's just no. So you are serving if you are in the cast, because you are really giving your talents as a gift to the community so that they can benefit from it and they can enjoy it that way. And then it's just, it's these faithful folks who catch the vision of Servant Stage that are able to support well beyond what I could ask. Your producer's putting up some other things on the screen. We have some folks who can give via donor advised funds. We have EITC support, which we gave away over $40,000 in scholarships. So
that's cool.
People, that's part of my job. Is to tell the story of Servant Stage, and for people will support if they can.
Yeah. So funny thing about EITC, I made a political friend out of this moment in time. So Joe Cirisi, who's a state rep out of Montgomery County, he actually introduced a bill to kill EITC.
Oh no!
Right, and I said, hey, wait a minute. Now at the time, I knew of Swan for Kids music program, Diana Volo.
Okay,
she's been on our show.
Great program.
I said, here's how you're going to affect this program, and they derive something like 80% of their funding from it. I said, and I happen to notice on your LinkedIn and on your social media, you're a theater guy. I just wanted you to know this.
Oh, nice.
Now, his angle was, and it was a right conversation, but should have been a conversation first, not a bill first. And his angle was there's, like Montgomery County, mainline Philadelphia, schools like that are getting EITC funds. when like their big donors and benefactors can write $1 million check.
Right. Do they
Raise
need those?
basketball floor, right?
Yeah.
They don't need those funds. You need those funds.
Yeah.
Diana needs those funds.
Sure.
And so I said, that's a very valid conversation. Let's have that conversation.
Yeah.
But let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater, so to say.
Yeah.
Because programs like Diana and now knowing yours greatly benefit. So for those that don't know what EITC is, why don't you share how it works?
Sure. It's a state-run program. So when we're talking about taxes, we're talking about state taxes. And it is a way that if you have an organization you love that is approved as we are an educational improvement organization, an EIO. There's also scholarship organizations, which might be more school related. But if you want to support that organization, you can do so by giving through the EITC program, and you can receive a 90% tax credit. So basically, the long and short of it is if you wanted to support Servant Stage, it'll cost you a dime to give $1. Because you're going to get all that money back. I myself support Servant Stage and others through the EITC program because it's a great way to use my tax dollars for things that I believe in.
Yeah, I love it because it brings your tax dollars back to educational concerns that you're a fan of, meaning you as the taxpayer. So there's some things to go through. You have a great site. I'm noticing just as Chris is sharing it. It's a great time of year to talk about this because taxes are right around the corner.
Yep.
So you do need, talk with your tax person or CPA. It's funny how we've mentioned CPA now like 3 or 4 times in the show. I always wanted to be a CPA banker. So
Seinfeld.
Adjacent Seinfeld reference. But no, talk with your tax preparer, your CPA. There are some things you have to do.
Sure.
You do have to enroll, correct me if I'm wrong, as the business. This is like if I can correct here, you have to enroll each July.
Yes,
is that right?
There are generally 2 enrollment periods based on when the tax credits are handed out. But it may be in June even.
Okay.
But yeah, talk to your tax professional. And there are 2 different ways. You can do it through the Department of Education, which has a little bit more legwork to do, or you can use a special purpose entity, which is what we use. And that's for individuals as well as businesses.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So that's how you're supporting as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Just
as,
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So definitely check out their site. So we'll have Servant Stage Company's website here with the show notes because Chris is fantastic with that.
Oh my gosh, he was clicking around while we were talking.
I know, right? All the visual flavor that he gives. It's
great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So click through there. But I mean, really, I just want to reiterate, your tax dollars can go to something in education. If you love the mission of Servant Stage, you can take those dollars instead of just throwing them into the general education fund. And this isn't to speak bad of education.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to say, I want 9 out of 10 of my dollars to go to Servant Stage.
Yeah,
is essentially what it means. That's
sure.
That's the long and short of it. Yep. You're not paying any extra. You're not really saving any money. You're just basically getting to direct exactly where you want it to go. I love that we got there.
Yeah,
thank you for that.
Yeah, that wasn't on the list of questions, but it is a great program. It's a great way to support.
Yeah.
Really.
I'm always monkey wrenching him.
It's all right. It's all right. So your Christmas show, your holiday show, what's that called again?
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol.
Yep. Charles
Dickens. Yep. And where can we see that? When can we see that?
Sure.
And how do you pay what you want for a ticket?
Yeah, you bet. I mean, the easiest way to get all that info is go to servantstage.org. And there, it's like magic.
Goodness.
I'm telling you. Goodness gracious. But we've been touring that show since the first week of November.
Okay.
And now we have featured performances, which you can see on the screen, are at the Junction Center up this coming weekend.
AKA 6-7 weekend.
6-7 weekend, yes. And then the following 2 weekends at Lancaster Alliance Church. And all shows are pay what you will. Mm-hmm. However, we do always recommend folks reserve tickets because occasionally shows will sell out. So we want to make sure that you have a seat.
So you can reserve a ticket on the website, and there's an opportunity to pay what you will right there. You can 5, 10.
Yep. You can, I would say 80-90% of folks just select that free option at the top. We never want to keep anybody away from a show,
Sure.
from having to pay any of those ticket prices. And then if you want to donate at the show, you certainly can.
Okay.
There's opportunities, but we want you to come. That's the most important thing.
It's so wild to me, just from a purely business perspective. You've been in operation now 13
years.
13 years.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And your first option is
Free.
Yeah. Free.
I just love it.
Yeah.
I listen, I've worked as an actor at almost all the other theaters in the area, and I love them all. I just think and I continue to work. That's what I love about Servant Stage too. I can continue to do shows at other places as well. But there's something unique about that, and that everything we do is a gift. I know it's Christmas time, but it's Christmas all the time at Servant Stage.
Yep.
So great.
No, that's really neat.
Yeah.
So yes, reserve your seats. And when you come, before you sit down on your wallet, get out your wallet and donate.
Feel free. Yes. Two other things about Christmas Carol before we move on.
Yeah.
It's a really unique production in that every single word is from Charles Dickens' novel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's 90 minutes. It's a nice condensed show because we all know the story, generally speaking. So it moves along quickly, which is important for the schools, particularly. Sure. All the words are from Dickens. And then at those featured shows at Junction Center and Lancaster Alliance Church, we'll have a harpist there accompanying live, and another person who plays multiple instruments throughout the show. So you're also getting live music. It's a really beautiful show. So if you haven't seen a Christmas show, this is the one we would love to have you experience.
Very cool.
Yep.
And I notice everybody has a microphone, so you have a tech team behind it. It's not just the actors you see in front of you. It's a whole production.
Yeah, there's a stage manager, there's a touring manager, there's a communication manager to coordinate all of these different venues. I mean, sometimes when we go to venues, we will have to reblock the whole entire show because the stage is different. So we will go through literally every scene of the show and say, well, you can't enter here because there's no entrance. So you're going to come from over here. And, flexibility is key.
Yeah. And are you taking all of the audio equipment as well?
Yes, all the audio equipment, our speakers, audio board. At a lot of the facilities we go to, we had a very generous donor donate some hearing assisted devices that can plug into our board anywhere.
Cool.
So, if folks have trouble hearing, they'll be right into the audio board so they can hear.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So we've got Christmas Carol through December 21st.
Yeah.
And then I'm guessing everybody kind of takes a break for Christmas.
Yes. We'll just nap for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
And then January has open casting.
Yep. Correct.
And what else is happening in there?
So January ramps up. Well, we already have a production that is in rehearsal. It's our production of Hadestown Teen Edition. That is happening. I think it's our second production next year. And then there's a youth production called Dear Edwina. That's just the youth doing the winter production. Hadestown Teen Edition is a really special production because Brandon Cameron has been involved with Servant Stage for years. You can see him on the screen there. And we were all doing ragtime together at Servant Stage. I think we had done 1 week and we had 2 more weeks. And the director of ragtime said, "Oh, Brandon has to leave us." Well, Brandon has to leave us. What happened? He's going to go be in the Broadway production of Hadestown.
What?
Oh my goodness. And so since fall of 2022, he has been in the Broadway production of Hadestown, New York City. He covers 6 tracks. So he covers some principal roles, and I got to see him as Orpheus. And then he covers other roles, and he's also the dance captain of that show. So when new cast members come in, he helps get them familiar with the show. And we're just so grateful that, on his 1 day off a week, that he'll hop on a train or hop in a car and help direct our Hadestown.
Wow,
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Because he sees it, the real thing.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Every day.
That's awesome.
For the past 3 years.
I mean, not that you're not the real thing, but
no, but he's in
Broadway,
the show.
Broadway, that doesn't get any bigger than that.
Yeah, it's really sweet. And he's just got a real desire to be with the youth. I had lunch with him after seeing Hadestown and I said, how's it going in New York City? And he's like, it's great here, but I miss cows and I miss the kids because he was always part of our summer camps. So,
Yeah. So cool.
So beyond the, pay what you will concept, there's other ways you're bringing in the community. So with underserved audiences, youth audiences, how are you bringing them in? What are those outreach efforts looking like?
Yeah, I mean, Servant Stage is us, and it's really for everyone. I would say one of the primary ways we're doing that is by making our youth programming available to those, whether they can, because that has a tuition attached to it, just because we have so much support staff that we pay for things like that. So we, a couple years ago, we started offering a tiered tuition, full tuition, half tuition, or no tuition. And people can basically pay what they will for tuition. And this past year, we gave out over $40,000 in scholarships to underserved folks, kids who might have no other way of being a part of. There are great programs across the county in lots of other theaters. It's just that the niche of Servant Stage is really to make sure that money doesn't ever keep anyone from being involved in theater. Yeah.
What are those tuition levels, just so our people who watch will know?
Sure. It varies so we have junior shows, and then we have, which are half-hour shows. They're very short, just a quick introduction. And then there are like youth and teen shows where it goes all the way up to age 18. I think the top, like if you could pay the full tuition for the week, it's $300 or $350.
Okay.
Then half of that, if that's more comfortable for you, or full tuition. And, we've got music directors and directors and a venue to lease and rights of shows to pay and all of those things. And I mean, $350 may sound like a lot of money, but this ends up being a complete break even, or sometimes a complete loss. So most of the time, we're just, as a nonprofit, you're just trying to toe that line.
Yeah. Wow. So when you give away $40,000 in scholarships, you're bringing in a lot of kids.
Yes. And it is fantastic. And the reason we're doing almost, I think it's like 18 or 19 youth productions in 2026, which is the most youth productions we've ever done, because we still have hundreds of kids on the waiting list that still want to get in. So we're, if we say we want to make the arts accessible, that's not just about pay what you will. It's about making sure there's a spot for every kid that wants a spot.
So if it isn't that you get time on stage, is it, hey, you could help us with set design, you could help us with costume, you could help us, we saw in your audition you could play an instrument?
Sure. And
is that how you get brought in as well?
That's a really good point. Something we just started doing this last year was a youth crew internship. These are kids that maybe don't want to be in the spotlight. They're comfortable being behind the scenes and just making all that magic happen. And so we have started that, where they're working with lighting professionals, and they're working with professional stage managers, folks who have credits, and let them know how to do this. And what we're seeing, with 12, 13 years in, is that the kids who were involved in shows 5, 6 years ago, or 6, 7 years ago, are now becoming leaders, at Servant Stage, and even at other theaters, at Fulton Theater, at EPAC, at all these great places. Sometimes we train these wonderful kids and then we lose them, and oh gosh, but we got to be so happy that they're have flown the coop and are going to another professional theater or something like that.
Or Broadway.
Or Broadway. Yeah. Darn it all.
Yeah, that's very cool. Very, very cool to see your kids graduate and go do their thing.
Yeah.
That's what you want as a parent, as somebody serving the community. No, you weren't a lead actor, but you found home lighting. You found home with the rigging. You found home with costuming.
Right.
Whatever it is, that's great. That's
use the term rigging. Good for you.
I know a thing or two.
I'm like, wait a second, you know more about theater and stuff than you're letting on.
Well, Ben and I, we've done quite a bit of video production here for the business over the years, and we were just at ABC 27 a month or so ago, or 2 months ago. And I could tell the gentleman behind the stage that got us ready with the mics, like, he's in like kind of ripped up jeans and a t-shirt and a hat, but he was owning it.
Mhm.
And then at Aurora Studios over on
In Rockledge campus. Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
I was going to say Black Rock campus, but that's not right. Black Rock campus is every other house that they own around Rockledge.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, that's a little not joke if you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the guy, I think he had the beard. I can't remember his name though, but he was like the consummate.
I know who you're talking about though. Yeah.
He was the consummate soundstage guy.
Yeah.
Like you didn't mess with his stuff. But he was owning it,
Nice.
and that's, I think that's the thing, as I coached football, every kid wanted to carry the ball.
Sure.
And we made sure every kid got to carry the ball at least once in a game for at least one play.
Sure.
But there's 10 other positions, and they're all equally important.
Right.
And you got to find a way to kind of slot in the kid, the actor, the participant into a thing where they can maybe shine.
Yeah. What's their thing?
Sounds like you're doing a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, I think if we get the right staff in place at each one of them, that's just crucial, right?
Yeah.
Getting enough eyes on that. Because if you just have one director for 50 kids, you got to have a lot of the support staff there. Yeah. Some of those are volunteers, and volunteers make the world go round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
They do.
So Andrew, you shared some of those shows coming up in 2026. Looking beyond those first few shows, any new projects or partnerships or creative directions you're heading in 2026 for the Sermon Stage?
Well, one thing I think that is very exciting is we haven't done a play, like a non-musical, in a very long time. And we're doing You Can't Take It With You, which is a classic American comedy. We're really excited that we're doing a play again. So that's going to be very exciting. And I think just like future partnerships as far as like places that we could take our shows. It becomes a challenge. We've got a lot of great schools, but they also need their theaters, so we are actively looking for places. We have the demand is there. We have 50,000 plus people a year see a Servant Stage show without a theater. So if anybody is listening to this and is local, we could use more partnerships. We'd love to run our shows longer than 3 weeks.
Sure.
Sometimes we're not able to do that when you're clashing with school schedules or theater schedules.
That's an incredible number. 50,000.
50,000.
That's like selling out the Stormers baseball stadium 10 times.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Or more. Yeah.
To give some visual context to that.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, that's right, Ben. You're the baseball guy.
Yeah, I think maybe
it's about 5,000
6 or 7.
Oh, jeez. He did.
Walked right into that one.
I'd love to say I will set you up for that.
There was the number that was in my head.
It'd been so great if there's a little 6-7 twinkle in my eye as he just walks right into it. But no, I always like to try to give context to that because that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
That's the community.
Without a home.
Without a home.
Yeah.
Without a home.
Yeah.
Is there plans to have a home someday?
Well, we're really excited to be in Greenfield Industrial Park right now. Quite frankly, we just moved in there a couple months ago.
Oh, cool.
Up until then, we had staff meetings at Lancaster Alliance Church. Great partner. They are a wonderful church that really likes the community to be in their church, which is really, really great. And having a theater company, particularly Monday nights, we have Monday Night Pay What You Will drop-in classes. We have 4 different youth companies there. Sometimes there's over 100 kids in that building. Yeah. That can be messy, but yet they want us there.
Yep.
So, what's your producer's name? Chris. Great job, Chris. My goodness. Yeah. So that's our new home in Greenfield Industrial Park. Just to have offices, to have a warehouse is astounding when you're putting up 20 plus shows to be able to stage each of those. I just came from that location, and all those pictures are up now, and that decal is up on the wall. And so, we had another great nonprofit I was mentioning. We had Aaron's Acres there just this past week. Sure, cool. And then even a few weeks ago, they were helping us with our holiday mailer. And we're listening to Christmas songs. And we're like sitting at that table that you're looking at right there, just having a great time. And that's going to be our multi-purpose room where we can do small rehearsals. We're going to put some mirrors up on that wall. It can be a dance studio. And then going through those doors is our warehouse. Mm-hmm. So this is the first time we've had an actual warehouse. And this is the first time we've had a washer and dryer. Can you imagine all the costumes?
Yeah.
They all go home with volunteers,
Yeah.
and that's been really tough.
Yeah, you're tracking. Well, who's got the coat? Who's got the hat?
Right,
Who's
right.
got the dress?
Yeah.
Oh, it's still in the
logistics.
dryer.
Yeah.
My dog like ate it. No, literally, they ate it.
No, literally. Yeah.
Sure, that's happened.
Be challenging.
So it's unfortunately it's that time where we got to wrap up. I've thoroughly enjoyed our time together. I hope
too.
you have. I'm sorry to dump the 6-7 thing on.
Oh no, it's super fun.
But I figured you would be great.
And my daughter watches this; she will be laughing for sure. Yeah.
So it is that time where we get into the appeal, right? And so you often hear us talk about this, Lancaster: time, talent, and treasure. If you have the talents and you can be a volunteer, you will take those volunteers.
Of course. Yeah.
And I'm sure on your website, there's a place to go.
Yes.
And navigate to volunteers. And again, that'll be with show notes.
Mhm.
Your talents. Hey, if you have talents in any of those backstage skills, again, as a volunteer, fantastic. If you have talents that might help them with website and things, again, you'll check out on the volunteer page and you'll reach out. But really, I think the one that is most impactful is treasure, right? If you can donate if you don't have to be bashful.
Sure.
I'll say it for you. That's why our guests come on here, because I'm the money boy. I'll just say it.
Thank you.
I'll say it. I mean, listen, 13 years in the black, 50,000 people a year. And I'm sure it wasn't that in year one, but hey, from this year forward, it's going to be that and more.
Yeah.
50,000 people a year get to connect to this mission, see great theater, see great stories and plays and have memories that connect. Even if, Stacy, if you happen to be watching this, I'm sorry. Little Women didn't do it for me, but I'm sure it might do it for those that are watching. Maybe I need to revisit that as 46-year-old.
Yeah, right.
And not 16-and-a-half-year-old.
You should have a movie night with Stephanie and suggest Little Women.
Redemption.
See what happens.
Oh, Lord. I don't know. I'm not sure.
You're like, Jeffrey, what has happened?
Yeah. Well, I did the podcast and I have to do this now. But the point being, if you can donate, please do. It is that time of year. You're a 501c3.
Correct.
I was going to say a C3 of some sort,
yeah.
Charitable organization. So you'll get a tax receipt. It is time to do that. It's that time of year. It is the time of the season of generosity. And I would say do it because your dollar is going to go and it's going to spark something for a kid. Again, be that on stage, be it backstage, be it in the music pit, be it just volunteering, getting out of the house. Those dollars are going to go to that effort. And I think that's so important for our kids today. Maybe we stop all the brain rot stuff because we get more of servant stage stuff in their head and in their day and in their mind. So yeah, time, talent, and treasure, servant stage can use it all.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Andrew, is there anything you'd like to say about servant stage that we haven't covered?
Gosh, I really think there's something for everyone. I briefly mentioned Monday night pay what you will theater classes. So if you don't want to join a 6-day camp, you don't want to be in a show, but maybe you want to learn a little bit about acting, or maybe you want to learn about stage combat. How do they do that? We take a holiday break, but starting in March of next year, every Monday night we have pay what you will theater classes taught by local professionals.
That's cool.
So you can register for a class. You can try out improv, singing, dancing, stage combat, anything.
Is that for kids only, or could that be like a date night thing?
It is mainly kids show up, but sometimes their parents hop in and we'll do it along with them.
What a fun thing to do with your kids, though.
Yeah.
Great Christmas gift. Yeah. Just saying.
Super fun.
That's awesome.
We don't have gift certificates, but we'll take a donation as a gift certificate.
There you go.
That.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. So seeing the plays, pay what you will, learn theater.
Yeah.
Did you call it on Monday night?
Monday night, drop in class. Yep.
Come learn theater.
Yep.
There's a Jeffism if there ever was one. But love everything you're doing, Andrew. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for your mission and helping to further it there with Servant Stage Company. Check them out, servantstage.org. Every link we've referenced is in the show notes. We're going to pick this up. And just been great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
My pleasure.
You got a few more minutes for us?
Yeah, you bet.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
You get to know
Connection Cocktail. We get to know Andrew a little bit better, ask some hard-hitting questions. So I'll go first.
Okay.
Is there a favorite book, podcast, TV show, Broadway production that you're enjoying right now?
I'm kind of an old guy. I love documentaries.
Okay.
Almost any documentary is totally my jam.
Is there a vein of documentary, like music documentary or?
Well, I love theater documentary. I love like watching how people there's a documentary about Hamilton, how they put that, it's kind of interesting. I also like, and the darker side of things, like, there's a lot of cults out there, and they have these documentaries that show how, like, because nobody ever joins a cult.
Yeah, right.
But I look as an actor.
I joined 2 this weekend.
What?
You joined
7
the 6, 7, something or other. I don't know.
But like, as an actor who plays other characters, I like the psychology behind like how decisions are made. Or decisions. So it's
why
tragic.
Kool-Aid?
And like, oh gosh, I don't know. Please, I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of my weird answer.
That's cool. Right. Hey, there's a ton of great documentaries out there.
Yeah, I love them for sure. Yeah.
So other than Johnstown, what's your dream vacation spot?
Oh gosh. Well, I always say my wife and I took a trip last year, and we ended up going to Norway, and she has relatives there, and we were able to meet with some of her, and I hear that the weather isn't always perfect, but man, when we were there, it was just one of those top 10 days of our lives. It was really like magical day. And so I would have to say, maybe Norway.
All right.
Norway,
Scandinavian countries. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool. All right. Last question.
Sure.
Favorite local spot in Lancaster? It could be, restaurant, coffee shop, something outdoors, hidden gem. Where are you going?
I like all that downtown stuff. Have you been to Nook's Books on Prince
Nook's
Street?
So yeah, Sean and Miley are
Sean and Miley.
and we had them on over the summer.
Aren't they the best?
Yeah.
They are the best people.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're not up on the wall yet because
No, they were a virtual show.
They were 2025 guests
in summer. Yeah.
Oh no, they're just great community members. I love what their shop does. I mean, currently right now, I think they're running a food drive for Church World Service. And even you're down that next block, Ware Center, Fulton.
Yep.
You've got all this great stuff. I've lived here for 25 years, and it seems like Lancaster just keeps getting better.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Every time you go downtown, there's something new to explore and enjoy. Yeah. That's awesome. Thanks for playing along.
Certainly.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Well, I'm going to roll into our Sleep Better tip because we're quickly wrapping up to the top of the hour. So my Sleep Better tip this time, and we will mail you a book chock full of great tips. Go to gardenersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better. Mine is commit to one thing and do it for 2 weeks. So drink your appropriate amount of water and just do that for 2 weeks. If you want to lose some weight, all of this connects to better sleep. If you want to lose some weight, just maybe commit to no sugar for 2 weeks or less of this for 2 weeks. Maybe no carbs, right? Maybe don't go for 10,000 steps right away. Just maybe commit to taking a walk for 25 minutes for 2 weeks. And those habits will begin to stack. Don't leave off. If you've done the water for 2 weeks, keep doing that, then add another one. But build those positive habits throughout the day and you'll sleep better at night. And that's my Sleep Better tip for you. We'll mail you great tips like that one and more. Go to gardenersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better.
Nice stuff. Had a testimonial come in through the mail. Actually, not through the mail. Normally these come in the mail. I think this one was physically dropped off here at the store. So thank you for coming back in again. This person's name, Andrew. This is not you, Andrew.
No.
But a customer of ours, Andrew, sent us a testimony or feedback form back, and they thought Drew, our sales manager here, did a good job in allowing us to compare different brands and firmnesses. He listened to our needs and exceeded our expectations. After trying multiple different mattresses, they almost all felt the same, but once we figured out the firmness we liked, it was easier to compare. So they were given time and space to explore and make the right decision here. Both my partner and I found the perfect mattress once Drew introduced the mattress with the cooling technology. So warm sleeping was a concern there. And overall, Our experience was great. We felt heard and did not feel pressured into buying a mattress right then and there. We left feeling confident in our purchase. So really exactly how we like the buying experience to go. Take your time, try out the beds, determine what you like, allow our sales team to work with you, guide you to the right mattress that best fits your sleep needs.
That's just like the most pleasant handwriting ever.
It's
Is that
unbelievable.
handwriting? Oh my
I
goodness.
couldn't write that well if I
Wow.
spent hours on it.
I feel like Grok the caveman.
That is something.
It is cool, like
Yes.
in this day and age when everybody goes on here and
Andrew, your
and
handwriting is just like a dream.
that's
I wish mine.
it's cool to
It
get
could be its own
A
font.
real.
yeah, you get a handwritten testimonial
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
somebody spent time.
I even
together.
enjoy watching people write like that because it's almost relaxing.
Yeah, right.
Most of us are just
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So great.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Andrew, thank you for the nice reviewing and congrats on your handwriting and life. I'm sure that has taken you very far in this world, and it will if you continue up with it. It's fantastic. All right. I think that's our
it.
show. Andrew, thanks for being a great sport. Really
Pleasure.
appreciate you.
Thanks for
Love all that you're doing at Servant Stage. Please do check them out, servantstage.org. All the amazing things they're doing. They got the Christmas Carol show now through December 21st. Be sure to check that out. Open casting is in January. And then Pay What You Will. Drop-in nights are on Monday beginning in March. Check out everything they're doing at servantstage.org. And we'll see you next week at not 3, not 1, not 6 or 7, 2 o'clock out here on Lancaster Connects. Take care.